Hi guys, it's Herschel with Gymcraft Laundry. I just wanted to share a quick little DIY with you guys. One of my good friends, Lauren of ohhonestly.net, asked her Facebook page a question. She wanted to know what people's favorite April Fool's Day pranks were because tomorrow's April Fool's Day. And it reminded me of a prank that my husband taught my kids a while back. They love it, and we've gotten so many friends and family members with this little prank. It's an oldie but goodie, so I thought I'd share it, and I'd show you how I like to kick it up a notch because my kids are used to making this stuff, so I want to do a little bit differently so they are fooled when I do it to them tomorrow after school. So what we're going to do is we're going to make fake poo. It's easy to make. All you need is water and toilet paper rolls, empty cardboard rolls, paper towels, toilet paper, brown cardboard would probably work, so would brown construction paper, but when you have kids and you go through Charmin like there's no tomorrow, you usually have a lot of these empty rolls. To make a good piece, you want to get about 2 rolls, maybe 3. I have 1 roll here. What I did was I took the roll and I pretty much like tore it into little teeny tiny pieces. So there's no exact science, there's no exact measurements. You just want to tear it up until you have some good little chunks. And then put it in a bowl and soak it with water. Maybe a few minutes. I prefer to soak it in the bowl with water and let it get nice and pulpy. My kids tear theirs apart and then hold their hands underneath the faucet and do it that way. It really doesn't matter, whichever you prefer. So I let mine soak. I think mine have been soaking maybe for about 3 or 4 minutes now, maybe 5, because I was getting some stuff together and I keep stopping to clean the pool where it's gorgeous out here and it's close to swimming time. The water's still a little bit cool, but the kids like it. But it's nice and pulpy, so what I'm going to do is just scoop some pieces into my hand, like so. And I'm going to just squeeze out all the excess water. If there's pieces that are too big, you can add more water, or you can just kind of chop them up more in here. Get a nice size piece that you think looks real. So here, now what we like to do with these, once we have them shaped to how we like, the more water you squeeze out of it, the more real it looks. We like to leave our pieces of poo on the kitchen floor because, you know, there's nothing grosser than seeing poo in the kitchen. If you have toddlers who are going through the almost ready to potty train phase, then you know exactly what it's like to walk into a kitchen and see a turd lying on the floor. It's horrifying and hilarious at the same time. Well, depending on how old your kid is and how tired you are, it's hilarious. So we take our poo, we leave it on the kitchen floor, and then we wait. We've gotten my dad like this. We've gotten my sister-in-law. She was really funny. She actually screamed and jumped into the air. But it really makes an impact when you leave the poo on the floor and then you go about cooking or doing your business like it's not there. That works. We did that to my sister, or I think it was my sister or my dad was the one that we just left the poo on the floor, and then we were doing our thing, getting dinner ready, and there was a big log on the floor. So since my kids do this all the time, since they like to make poo, I decided this time that I'm going to change it up just a little bit. I'm going to add a couple things to make it look a little bit more real. Here we've got some cut up chunky cashews. We're using cashews because my kids are, my daughter is allergic to peanuts, so we are a peanut free household, but she's not allergic to tree nuts, and we've been eating a lot of cashews lately. Hopefully you know where I'm going with that. So if you need to shape your poo a little bit more, just dip it in the water again and squeeze it. It's really easy to reshape and reform. So I'm gonna take some pieces of cashews. I've never done this before, so I don't know how well it'll work. But I'm gonna take some pieces of cashews. Let's see. You don't want to put too many because then it won't look real. It'll look fake. Let's see, I didn't like the way that was coming out. I'm gonna mix my cashews in the water. And then I'm going to, that way they're embedded in with the pulp instead of just sticking on the outside. So it looks like it's been digested. Okay. So I've got my cashews in there. I'm gonna squeeze it out. So you see some cashews, but it's not a lot. And then, because fresh poo is never dry looking, it's always kind of shiny and slick, I'm gonna take some baby oil. And I'm going to squirt some in my hand with my poo. This is another reason why I'm doing this outside. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see that as well. I'm gonna zoom up a little bit. There you go. That is my fake poo. If it looks a little too well formed, remember you can just mash it up again. It's got to be perfect. That's a big piece of cashew. And I'm always telling my kids to make sure that they chew up their water. You're not going to want to spray baby oil on your floor. So I don't advise squirting baby oil directly onto it like I just did.